Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. You joining me in my garage today with my Shelby, sort of like half jacked up, and 7 boxes of car parts in the corner of my garage. I'm gonna show you in a second. I don't know, man. Sometimes like I hate modifying cars. Like I love it, but like I hate it because it's just such a cowboy Wild West type of thing. Like, you know, if you were doing like an OEM service, you know, everything would be included. It would be mega straightforward, but you're not. Now, I've owned this car for 3 years and I've been very, very good. And like my idol Dave Ramsey always says, never spend money ever for any reason at all. Now, here's the deal. A lot of guys who own these cars and are making YouTube videos, their first mod or two is gonna be probably a pulley and then headers and then like just go full send, make a bunch of noise, screaming bald eagles. But the thing is, I've always felt like this car could use a little more feeling of control before we add more horsepower. The S197 chassis is pretty good. It's pretty good, especially I have the performance pack. So it's got the stiffer springs and shocks and stuff like that. It's not bad. It's good for sure, but it's not as good as it could be. So let's get into what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, why I'm kind of doing all these things at once, and hopefully that'll make sense. So we have the Boss 302 rear sway bar. It is, I think it's like 1 millimeter thicker. This is a 24 millimeter sway bar. This is a 25 millimeter sway bar, but the main reason I got this bad boy was because I'm pretty sure my rear sway bar bushings are pretty worn out. So this comes with new end links and sway bar bushings, so that'll kind of be an upgrade as well as some maintenance. We have a Ford Racing one-piece aluminum drive shaft, very light. We got the BMR drive shaft safety loop. I don't know if I even need this, but whatever, it wasn't that expensive. We got the BMR upper control arm, the differential bushing for the upper control arm, polyurethane on that one, and the MGW short throw shifter. One of these boxes is also the mount. It's probably this one, the upper control arm mount. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes to open and a lot of work to do. So this is gonna be fun. Now, hopefully this makes sense, but the reason I'm doing all of these things at once is, if you can see, way up there is the transmission at the end of that drive shaft. And with this thing already removed, it's gonna be a lot easier to install the MGW short throw. So my logic is like, if you're already going to be doing the drive shaft, you may as well do the shifter at the same time. And while you're at it, you're gonna wanna correct the pinion angle so you don't get a bunch of vibrations, so you may as well upgrade the upper control arm as well. So that's why we're doing all these things at once. The sway bar is just kind of there because, again, I'm having a clunk. I'm pretty sure it's the bushings. Also, why not upgrade? All right, there it is, guys. The BMR upper control arm. Looks really nice. So I think I've heard for the newer S197s like I've got here, you're going to want to set this to, I think, like 9.5 inches, which I'll do later. As you can see, I got the black one. As you'll see, the rest of my parts are red. I kind of just went by what they had in stock. Unfortunately, I'll probably lose some horsepower for having mismatched colors. It looks like they got this little like grease nipple, for lack of a better term. And that's kind of how you could lubricate this bushing. I also did get some grease. It didn't come with it. So that's good to know if you're ordering this. BMR upper control arm does not come with bushing grease. All right, and just as I thought, the differential bushing is also not greased. It's a little bit lubricated, but it's not really enough. But that's okay, we got grease. And this is definitely the upper control arm mount. Like I said, color's a little mismatched, but it's fine. One thing I noticed about this, and I guess you guys can tell me what you think about it, is it's obviously height adjustable, which is good, So the mount kind of goes like this, I assume. And I think you're gonna want it on the lowest setting for a stock ride height car, just the gas. And then if you lower the car, you might move that up a little bit. I'm just not like super jazzed about the idea of like that not being all the way around, but I don't know, maybe it's fine. A lot of people run these, don't seem to have any problems, so whatever, I'm just gonna go with it. All right, so this one's a fun one. This is the MGW short throw shifter. Now there's a lot of little parts in here, so I'm a little skeptical of just opening this up too much before we really get started here. I think it comes with thread locker, that's pretty cool. So I actually ended up buying thread locker earlier today, but that's good. Just can save some. Hardware, obviously the plate for your shift knob. This kind of goes over the transmission, keeps dust out of your car, things like that. Look at that, beautiful. TR6060, made in the USA by MGW. And you can just tell by like feeling it, like how bolted down it feels. That is gonna be so nice, I can't wait. All right, I guess let's open the drive shaft up. Here's something that might interest you. So this is the Ford Racing one-piece drive shaft. A lot of guys go with drive shaft shop. I just went with this one. The price was right, and it's Ford, so I figured it would work. But I noticed, where is it? There's a Spicer logo right there, which means also a Dana logo, which is cool. Those are probably Spicer U-joints, which is pretty cool. Actually, you can see the stamp right there. Look at that, Spicer. So if you know about Spicer, they make some really good stuff, really good U-joints. And obviously, that's what Ford Performance decided to go with when they made this drive shaft. So definitely a high quality piece here. Let me just say that I cannot wait for the day when I get a lift, because I can already tell, looking under this car and looking at all these parts, that this job is gonna suck. Like, it's not gonna be super easy to get stuff out. It's not gonna be super easy to get stuff in, and I'm doing this all by myself. So, one day I'll have a lift. All right, and last but not least, well, actually we got one more box, but it's not nearly as exciting. Oh, what could this be? I don't even feel like there's anything in there. Maybe it's just for packaging. This is the Boss 302 rear sway bar with end links. And that's gonna be nice because I think it's either my sway bar bushing, or my end links that are knocking. Well, mystery solved on the rear end clunk. This is my old sway bar. This is the new one. Yeah, doesn't move at all. So that play is probably where the noise was coming from. It's even worse on this side. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, that's the old sway bar. That's the new one. This is supposedly 1 millimeter thicker. It's kind of hard to tell, but maybe you can kind of tell. But anyway, that's that. It was pretty easy to take this out, pretty easy to put this back in, so I'm not gonna worry about that process, but there you go. So, that'll be a nice little upgrade. Plus, it's a little bit thicker, so it should help the car handle just a little bit better. Obviously, it was good enough for the Boss 302, so. To be completely real with you, I don't really know where to start. I don't know what the first thing I'm gonna do is. Maybe the drive shaft. That's gonna suck a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Again, I'm doing this by myself, but today was the unboxing. I'm gonna go take a shower, enjoy my Friday evening, and then tomorrow, I'm just gonna start working on the car.